Julie from Purpose Wellbeing, and I've got a little lesson for you today that is going to help release tension in the neck and the shoulders, because it's an area where a lot of us can hold a lot of tension, particularly when we're sat at a desk all day and we've got that constant forward movement of the neck and the shoulders. So let's just start by sitting up nice and tall, so you can have the legs crossed in an easy cross-leg position, or you can have them straight out in front of you if that feels better for you, or you can come to a kneeling position. So whatever feels good for you, find your most comfortable seat. And then we're going to start by taking the ear to the shoulder. So we're going to take the right ear to the right shoulder. And then we're just going to take the fingertips of the left hand further out so that we can feel that stretch intensify on the neck and down the arm. So we're just taking some breaths here, some nice deep breaths. Just making sure that the shoulder is down, we've not got the shoulder up by the ears. And we're just taking those fingertips, creeping them a little further away from the body. Then let's bring that hand back and bring the neck back to centre. And we're going to take the left ear to the left shoulder. Taking a couple of breaths here and then reaching that right hand out. Feeling that stretch intensify on the neck. Then bring the hand back in and the head back up. We're going to interlock the palms now, and we're going to bring the palms to the back of the head. And from here we're going to breathe out as we bring the elbows in, and breathe in as we stretch them back. So we're breathing out and in. Breathing out and in. So when we're breathing out, we're trying to get the elbows as close together as we can. And when we're breathing in, we're really stretching those elbows back, feeling that stretch through the back of the shoulders. Okay, so now we're just going to dip the chin. So bringing the chin to the chest, the hands are just rested lightly on the head, so we're not putting any weight on the head. And we're going to do the same thing again. So I'm going to breathe out, bringing the elbows in, and as we breathe in, bring them up. So breathe out, elbows touch, breathe in, stretch them away. So we're not putting any pressure on the head, we're not pulling the head down with the hands, we're just lightly resting those hands on the back of the head. And then let's bring the head back up, stretching through the shoulders, pushing those elbows as far back as we can. And then let's release the arms outstretched, and we're going to just turn the palms backwards and forwards, feeling the range of motion through the shoulders. And then bring the hands down, and we're going to come over to hands and knees in an all fours position for some cat cows. So we're going to take the knees wide, and we can have the toes tucked at the back, and we're going to bring the elbows down to the floor. And from here, we're going to push back with the bottom. You can untuck the toes if it feels better for you. And then come forward. So you're taking this range of movement, whichever feels good for you. Be careful if you've got any knee issues. One of mine is just giving me a little bit of tension at the moment. It doesn't like this. But we're plugging the elbows into the ground. If it feels better for you to bring the knees in, because that's better for your knees, do that. So we're taking the bottom back to the heels, keeping the elbows where they are, and then bringing the face close to where the hands are as we come forwards. So take the range of movement that feels good for you. I'm just working through this. When you come forward, feel free to bring the belly button to the spine as you arch the back. And as we go back, push that bottom back. So we're doing a little cat-cow here while we've got the elbows on the floor. So breathing out as you come forward, bringing the belly button to the spine, breathing in as you push that bottom back. And feeling the stretch underneath the armpits and in the shoulders. And then from here, we're going to bring the elbows in as close as is comfortable for you. We've got the forearms plugged into the floor. And we're going to bring the chest up. So we're rounding the back, if you can see that. I'm bringing the chest up, rounding the back. We're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to arc over to the right. And then back to centre. And again over to the right. So you're keeping the elbows plugged into the floor, arching that back and just moving over to the right. Feeling that stretch in the top of the shoulders. And then let's pull the chest up once again, and we're going to go over to the left. So we're arcing over to the left. Just going as far as feels comfortable for you, particularly with the shoulders. Might feel different from one side to the other. We're just feeling that stretch in the top of the shoulders. And then we're going to bring the hands back to all fours position. We're going to do a few rounds of cat-cows. So as we breathe out, let's pull the belly button to the spine, really pushing through the arms. The head looks towards the knees, rounding the back. And as we breathe in, we're going to let that belly drop to the floor. The bottom's going to push up to the ceiling and the head's going to come forward and look forward. So breathing out, belly button to the spine, look towards the knees, push through the arms. Breathing in, dipping that belly, looking forward. So the hands are stable, the arms are staying straight all the way through this move. So we're not bending through the elbows, we're keeping the arms straight. So this is really good if you suffer from brain fog, because the vertebrae in the back get a really good wake up with this, and it tends to wake up the whole of the body. So we're rounding and working through all of the vertebrae in the back. And then just come to all fours. We're going to breathe in as we lift the right hand up, and breathe out as we thread it through underneath that left arm. Again, breathing in and out. out, and this time we're going to bring the back of the palm and the arm and this side of the head to the floor. And if you want to take this stretch a little bit further, we're going to raise this left hand and put it on the small of the back, opening up the shoulder a little bit further. And just feeling the stretch through the tops of the shoulders and the upper back, and a little bit of twist there as well. Then placing that hand back down, unthreading, coming back to our all fours, lifting up the left hand. As we breathe in and as we breathe out, we're going to thread it through. So breathing in, really stretching those fingertips up to the ceiling, and breathing out. Really stretch up, and this time as we breathe out, we're going to bring the back of the arm and the hand and the side of the head to the floor. And the right hand, if you want to take this a little bit further, is going to come to the lower back, so that we're opening up the shoulders even more. And feeling that lovely stretch in the upper back. And let's bring that hand back down, unthread ourselves. We're going to bring the hands forward, pushing the bottom back towards the heels, so that the head can come down to the floor. If it doesn't reach the floor, bring the fists and just make a little pillow with both of the fists on top of each other, so that the head is supported. Or you can just place the hands on top of each other and pop the head on the hands. But it's important that the head is supported in our child's pose. And just rest here for a few moments. Focus on sending the breath to the back of the ribs. And if you want to stay here for a little while longer, feel free to do that. Or if you're ready to move on with your day, let's push ourselves back up to all fours, swing the legs round and come back to a seated position, and end our little practice with Namaste.